Collected channeled message. Please only take what resonates. Leave the rest for the best and about the stress. Right now, we're in detriment only 10. And your ancestors and your spiritual guides are giving you that table to be able to guide you to your gate. For you to be able to represent. They're holding you up. And they are showing you the way forward. They're providing you and gaining you the guidance to be able to move forward, providing you with understanding, giving you that power of the spirit to be able to guide and protect you on your daily activities. When you're working and you're helping and supporting you, as well as working and helping and supporting others, you may need to have a place where you give thanks. You might find your own little sanctuary, because these loved ones are the ones with the good hearts who are trying to guide, protect and show you, guiding you through your mind, body and soul. One that is within you, and it's rising and it's rooted from the time that you was born, from birth until all the way up. From this is your first spiritual awakening to your second spiritual awakening. It's like a spiritual death. So you can go to cleanse, rejuvenate, for your own enlightenment, so you to gain your own insight, for you to gain your own wisdom, your own understanding, so you can move forward on this life's path journey. And it's for enlightenment, so you can open these new beginnings, for you to be able to move forward. So these divine masculines, these divine feminines must be going through a death, just like how you went through your own death. You've had to go through your awakening, you had to gain your understanding. So it's a need for a time to relax and to rest. So that's where the next stage is. So you have to go back. You have to go back to be able to gain that strength, that vitality, by showing your dedication to yourself, nobody else. It's all about you. It's how you feel. What do you need? What do you like? When do you need it? So the Most High God within you is guiding you to be able to take ownership of all things, of all fear, so the possibilities for your highest good. So you've got to get over that fear, just looking at the unique and possible role that you play in, that the guides are playing for you, the spirit guide, the Most High, the ancestors, whoever you believe in, your higher force. It's more within inside of you. It's all within you, because ancestors are stemmed within inside of you. And it's all for your life's path journey. It's all for awakening, all for that enlightenment, all for your own good. It's fundamental questions about living a meaningful life. So this divine feminine or the divine masculine is getting enlightenment. You could be getting enlightenment. You could be gaining your own wisdom and understanding, or just to gain introspection by looking at yourself within and starting to be able to connect to something larger than yourself. So you always feeling or thinking and questioning certain skills and abilities of yourself. Where did that come from? How comes you can do that? You just know how to do that. I don't know where I found it. It was just embedded inside of me, or I seen that and I thought, oh, let me just do it. That was the spirit within inside of you, giving you that encouragement, giving you them ideas, giving you them things. Because it's your ancestors are stemmed within inside of you. You've got 7 ancestors deep on your dad's side, 7 ancestors deep on your mum's side. So that spiritual team is there. It's all within inside of you. And that's in your arc. It's all within your mind, and you don't even know it. And it's with you, rude boy, rude girl. You not even know the skills what you obtain. It's just when you're tapping into your inner beliefs, it's the DNA. It's from beginning of time. So now they're getting these signs and these symbols. You could have got these signs and these symbols, these thoughts, these feelings, flowing full of emotion. So you could be feeling overwhelmed, overjoyed. I know a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed right now, because I tell you not. I've been so emotional. 0404. I've been emotional. This emotion is killing me slowly. So emotions are killing these people slowly. And it's cultivating a sense of an inner peace, because it's a guidance. It's just refining and restoring. It's letting you know, I'm hurt. That person's hurt me. I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I might have not have shown that person that emotion and that thing. That person might not have known that I feel this way, but I'm hurt. So when you're feeling hurt and you're feeling these pains and you're crying and you're asking why, they're giving you that inner peace. They're cultivating you to be able to guide you to a different place. And you just did like it regardless. It didn't matter about the religious afflictions, to anything, or preservation, to something that is valued. It's alive. Those people that you're feeling these feelings for, they are alive. They're physical beings. So the spiritual guides and the ancestors are showing you and guiding you. It's inner, you can feel it within inside of your root chakra, your heart chakra, your sacral. You can feel it hitting these places. And it's letting you know how to stay intact and to be free from doing wrong, free from being a specific way. So now they're being guided and protected, and they're being taken to a place to be able to refine and restore their self. And it could be feeling like they're going for a second death. You could feel like you're going for a second death. That next new transformation for those new beginnings, uncertainty, not sure on what's happening. Just finding the meaning and the purpose for your life and in your life. Don't try to like rush it or be rash with the process. Just allow it to take time, because that's your healing and your purging, and it can be really beneficial for your life's past journey. And it's depending on where you are, how you're feeling, the bad mind energies and spirits that are around you, negative people, places and things. And it's all for your own spiritual development. Like, you're not limited to anything particular, no particular faith. You're open to be having an understanding of different religious backgrounds, different ways of learning, various different meanings to one word, because one word can mean one specific thing and it can mean something else in a different language. So then it gives you a different perspective and a different understanding. From other cultures and background, it gains you wisdom and knowledge, and it's a sacred tool to be able to connect also to other people as well as your own personal journey, because it makes you look at different practices, find out different approaches to be able to do different things, working alongside different people, going to different places. It'll enable you to understand what you know, what's right, how you feel, and how different people live in their thought processes and how they react and deal with certain things. So it gives you a better understanding how to work alongside others. Some people might not be expressive like you, they may hold it in. They show it with their body language, the way they move. So you can look at somebody and you can say, oh gosh, what's wrong with that person? Why do they feel like that? But that's the energy, so it's something that you frequency, so it's going to frequently come towards you, so you're going to identify it. And it's fostering a sense of a nature and something beyond yourself. It's leading you to a greater compassion, to be able to have empathy for others. And you could be that late leader. You could be clear and very clear in settling the way how you feel or thoughts of people's perspectives, because you're like a star seed, so you're able to empathize, and you're able to sympathize as well as empathize, and being mindful and allowing yourself time to be able to do things. So you take time out and you might show people out, right, do a bit of yoga, do a little bit of meditation, because it's releasing and it's healing. Spend time outside, cultivating and caring for the garden, because when you're out there doing grounding work, you're getting back to the universe, you're aligning yourself, you get more in tune. So you've just been identifying all of these things. So these divine feminines, these divine masculines, these karmic friends, families, they're going to have to go through this. And if they don't go through this, they're going to stay the self in Egypt. They're going to stay being the same boring, dry face that you say. Not being able to expand their mind, expand their thoughts, expand their views. So just being able to be able to release and identify, you are becoming aware of your own initiate being, to be determined to be affected by, not be affected by certain things. You're a bit passionate to be able to move forward, to be able to embrace that rebirth, to be able to look at those native behaviors and the background approaches, and providing yourself with the divine introspection for your own spiritual evolution, so you can grow, so you can gain that wisdom, that understanding, to be able to keep on moving forward, because it's consistency for eternity, for your pursuit of enlightenment. And this is a way for you to be able to maintain, and you go to the mountain to be able to get that offering of assistance, because when you're in that mountain, you're in your thoughts, you're just sat there dwelling in that dwelling place, and that's assistance. It's offering you assistance to be able to listen to the spirit, getting access to the wisdom and the power of the divine, of the presence and of your ancestors, them big, bad, heavy, guiding ancestors, providing and protecting and supporting and assisting you on your spiritual growth, for you to be able to consistently growing, to enable you to be able to enable others, to be able to support those that you love, to be able to gain those enlightenment in order for them to gain their own stability, to be firm and strong physically, spiritually, as well as mentally. And they helped you through that process. And now the divine masculine, these divine feminines, these karmic family members, They're getting on their knees. They're looking for that guidance. They're looking for that protection. They have to get sat down, and they've got to look at different perspectives, and they've got to reflect, be able to connect to the profound makings of their wooden arcs, gaining back that communication, communicating with the Most High, asking God, oh God, why is it happening to me? So it's all in their mind, and it's showing them, okay, because you cheated and you lied, and now I'm going to pierce you in your heart. I'm going to make you sit down, refine and restore yourself. Now you've got to go to that potter's house. You've got to gain your wisdom. You just need to get restored. You've got to get brand new. So the Most High's delivering them from that. They want delivering from this destruction. And he promises that he's going to give us these new beginnings. But you've got to sit down. You've got to identify, and you've got to recognize, you've got to see all those wrongs. You've got to come to terms with what you've done to other people and how you treated other people, and when it's coming back to you. Because you've got to provide care and love and the vessel of hope that's within your ark. So if you don't have hope, these divine masculine, these divine feminines don't have hope, they're going to be stuck there. They're not going to be happy, and now they're going to be fostering different senses. So the Most High is rewriting their covenants, is rewriting their tables. So now they're calling on their ancestors for the help, the guidance and protection. And now they're building up their ark like the Achaia wood. So they've got to do it like the Achaia wood, because it's got to be protected, it's got to be strong, it's got to be firm. Just like how you done that. For immortality, for them to be able to remember a long resilience and withstanding, and to be able to recover quickly from any difficulties. Because they look at you and think, oh, why does she just hold her, or why does he hold himself up like that? Nothing don't bother them. They're resilient. How can they be strong and nothing don't knock them down, and or people don't even realise that you've gone and felt specific losses, heartache, hurt, pain. They don't know that you've had step backs. They don't know that the things that you've had to do in order to gain certain things. They don't realise that you was at the top, and then people knocked you from the top and you had to go to the bottom. And then you had to rise yourself right back up to that top. And each time you rise yourself up, they're questioning how, why, where, what, who did it. They're thinking that you had a handout. Someone came and done these things, or you was doing bad works of wickedness. When you was only moving right and doing good because it was love from him in your heart. So you was having the ability to adapt to the stresses and maintaining a psychological well-being in the face of adversity. And they could be in the mental mind, needing and having an ability to be able to bounce back from any difficult experiences. And now these are looking, and they need to bounce back. And they've got to look at the commandments that the Most High God gave them. Because when we was born, we signed our records. We've got old Kashkit records. If you don't know about your old Kashkit records, you signed a contract before your lifetime. If what was the film, chances are, if you ever get a chance to watch that film, chances are, look up Chances Are, with a guy, we all get reincarnated. It tells us in this, sometimes we remember certain things, sometimes we don't. We took shots, we took jabs, they broke us down, they've made us forget. They make us get in a state of mind to be socially constructed, to be fine, to be stuck as society, to be like the sheep, because 20,000 souls are born at the threshold of the world every year. How are you going to confine them? They're going to put us into certain things, around certain people, to dampen our thoughts and our minds. So then we've got to go through these transformations. So now these divine feminines, these divine masculines, and these family members have got to go on the transformation for purification, to not go back to do wrong, but they've got to do right. To be able to come and speak to you, to come and say, to be able to provide you with the passion, that care, that love, that joy that you provided them with. If they're really feeling that and they're feeling that within their soul, they've got to go back and affirming these rules of the divine light, because you was a divine light and a source of energy. To be able to transform and be pure, to change and allowing a fresh start. So they may want to come back and have a new beginnings with you. And their intense emotions and wanting that ability to come, even while they're suffering, through facing these difficult moments. They're wanting love and passion. So they may come speaking and trying to come to you with new hope and with a light, because they see your light, because they're getting guided through these darknesses and these dark nights of the soul, going through that heart, hate, hurt and pain from all of that destruction. That they chose danger, They chose to burn those bridges. They chose to go down to the wrong valleys. And now they want to come back to the path of righteousness, to you. So this could be them dying and feeling hurt and pain due to greed, hatred, ignorance, from destructive forces that was around them. So those karmics, they lied to you, cheated on you, to go around a karmic, because everything that glittered wasn't gold. And now they've caused them destruction. And now they've got to transform from the wells of Ben Jachin. So they're needing the Most High God. So they could be needing you either for provision, providing them for supply for them. But just be careful, mind, because they may put you into a measure before to deal with the future events. So there may be something there in them future events and some circumstances that cannot be participated in, or it's not possible for them to be able to come, or it's not practical. But it could be possible for them to come. So just be careful, because there may be something that you need to identify, or others may be doing to them, criticizing them, punishing them, scolding them, speaking bad about them, scandalizing them, chastising them verbally while they're out there in that wilderness, due to all the consequences of the sins that they was doing, and they wasn't being obedient, and there was in Mazera. So they think like Aaron, gaining strength and gaining that understanding to be able to evaluate their state of their teachings, the way that they was learned, where things were shown to them. So now they're calling on Elzar, and that's the God, the Most High. They're calling on the Most High God for help. Sorry, Elijah. They're calling on Elijah for help, the Most High God. They're calling from their ancestors to be able to invoke the divine interventions for them, because your divine lineage that you had was providing you with all that divine intervention and the blessings, and lots of lessons that you had to learn through those blessings. And they was just measuring your blessings. So now they're getting measured and now getting seen. So to provide you with that divine guidance, to be able to give you that gratitude for cutting out individuals who was not on your rightful path. So they were splitting and dividing them like good off for perseverance of your goodness. Just to be able to rest at Jibboth. So you could be in the wilderness, this person could be in the wilderness. That's why they're resting, that's why they're in the emotions, this is why they're crying, this is why they're hurt, this is why they're upset. Because all them difficult parts and pots they try to pick and pot you in, they're trying to find pleasure now. They're trying to find pleasure in the goodness like you did. They're trying to ask the Most High God, the ancestors, for the goodness to be able to give it to them, to provide them for the growth. So removing the gate of sin. Because now they want to remove all these karmics. Because they was not helping them. They was unrepentant. They was angry, leaving destruction. And it was in their works. Because they were not woke. They were sleeping. And the Most High God was trying to enable them to set apart that. And they was not able to come near you while they was all on all those things. So when you're thinking, why is this person not around? Oh, just wondering why. Because there was things that we couldn't see, or you couldn't see, that they was doing to you, these families, these friends, they was talking behind your back, they was lying, they was cheating, they was stealing, destroying. And your ancestors were so big and bad, they says, now let me draw this one back, man, because this one is persevering, this one is a little love and care. So they drawed you back. So they wasn't able to come to you, because your ancestors have got your back. So that was the hurt, the heartache and piercing. Now they've got to share and they've got to feel this. Inheritance will be coming back to you. And they're in testing times. They've got to have clear resolutions. They've got to come with clear understanding. So they need to foster these settings to be able to fast, pray, meditate, cleanse, clear any bad energies away from them. And they're asking their spiritual guides to help them at this time. So those family members, those friends, those karmics, those bad energies, they were looking at you and watching and thinking, how can I come to you? But they're unable to come to you to provide you with that until they've sorted out their ways, until they possess that energy and that good-hearted stuff, and they've got that sword of truth. Because their ancestors are providing them, because they showed them, they taught them, even when there was about, even when there wasn't about, not to fear the Most High's words. Sorry, to fear the Most High's words. To gain that understanding, to gain that wisdom, not to follow earthly people, not to be stepped in those tracks so they can be used for the wrong. They were supposed to be using for the good. They're supposed to be showing other people. They're supposed to be a role model, to be able to walk in obedience with that complete order set in stone for them. That was required for them to follow, to do right, to be right, for the rightful laws of what you was taught and what was passed down to them through the generations. And it's funny how it ain't called a generational cycle these days, and they've changed it. Well, they changed it to a generational cycle. It wasn't just like you learn it from generations. Now they say, oh no, because the cycle's changed. We're in new times now. Well, I'll let you know that that's how it worked. This is what we did. That's what enabled me. That's what supported me. That's what assisted me. Now, because of the new age and the new laws and the new regulations that they're putting into place, we're confined. So we're not able to be able to move because we're moving with the laws of the land. But your spirit guides and your ancestors are seeking and showing you more, because you're sitting there, you could be listening to something and you're thinking, but I don't feel like that though. Why are you trying to share? But no, man, that didn't work. That. So how's that like that then? So if that says that and that says that, so where did that come into the place then? Because it got to a point where I had to sit, and I was in the Bible, and even though I'm in Deuteronomy, I've come out of the Bible and I got spiritual, I found new ways, I found my understanding, I looked at different Sanskrit, I look at different stuff, and when you look at it all, it's the all. So then I found the book, the Kabbalion, and then it speaks about the all. Then I found another book, and then it speaks about sigils and symbols and signs and how they get you. So when you're identifying this, it enables you to be able to do things better. You'll be able to bring all of these into one thing and work forward. I seen somebody dashing crystals the other day about, I'm dashing my crystals. So yeah, if you receive this, and you said, oh, I'm dashing my crystals because I'm turning to the Bible and Jesus. But when if you ask, where did Jesus come into the Bible? Because if you start at Genesis, it tells you they knew me not by the name of Jehovah. Okay. And this was written with an epsil. Okay. So what is an epsil? An epsil is an iron pen. So when they're putting on their breastplates and their suit of armor. Okay. So what is in their breastplates and suit of armor? Oh, emeralds and crystals and, oh, really? So then you go to Buckingham Bumbleclot fucking Palace and you see all of their artifactual stuff and gifts and things, what they've got in there. And you people didn't seek your knowledge and put two and two together and say, oh, so how did you cultivate and manifest all of those things there? Because they wasn't in this country. That's from a bit from China. That's a bit from Africa. Oh, that's Egypt. Oh, so how did you get those artifacts and put those in together? Oh, you can't walk in there and wear a hat. Why not? Because you want to mess about with my crown chakra. You want to divert and change my thoughts and my feelings. Oh, sorry, darling. My ancestor says no. So you do, God. Because they served you and they treated you and they're testing you and they're showing you and they respected you. In order for you to be able to over respect other people, to be able to give that gratitude and that kindness for your kind nature. Because you've enabled, you've understood, you've learnt these things for your own God. Your own God. Because it belongs to the place of peace. For those spirits and the righteous ones, to be able to learn, to be able to love, and to be able to enter that bliss state of expansion beyond the earthly life. Oh, beyond the earthly life. So what is the expansion beyond the earthly life then, people? Ask yourself that. So then you've got to sit down and you've got to identify, because then it's up in the heavens and dwelling places. For that eternal resting place, for joy, from suffering, from any hurt, any pain and decay, where your ancestors' souls reside after death. Oh, okay. So that spiritual purification after coming out of those potters' houses and no longer wearing that donkey hat. Now you're ready with your breastplate and your suit of armor and your sword of truth, ready, circumcisions of the heart to be able to remove those sins that was put there before us. Who from? The government. Who from? Schools, teachers. Who from? Those people who were sinful. So then they haven't gone through that spiritual awakening. So they've got to go through this spiritual transformation. Show that dedication to the Most High God, the universal ways. No longer being stiff-necked, stubborn and unwilling to change your backside ways. That's because you're stubborn. That's because you're stuck in your thoughts. That's because you want the world. And you're going to gain it now. But you ain't going to work for it. And you, karmics, bad energy people, family members, friends, are out there to steal and destroy, to destruct, just for your own gains. But you don't know how people got what they got. You don't know how they worked through to be able to gain that. All because of your stubborn mind, you wanted to be able to make change. You didn't want to be able to obey. But now you've got to change and you've got to obey to be able to be flexible, because you was inflexible and unable to persuade people, because you thought your authority was going to be able to take over, but you didn't realise. You just didn't realise. You was uncompromising, or you could have even been opinionated towards the ways of others, or your views wasn't reflecting the same as somebody else's views. But it's turning around for you. So now you've got to turn around, because you was chosen. You was chosen to be able to do this. So yeah, you're very special, because you was chosen to be able to provide that most high and mighty awesomeness within you. And it was all from your ancestors and the ascended masters. And they was there to be able to unfold those unfair, biased procedures that was put against you, because you was priority. So they're making you priority in their mind. So these people, these masculines, these feminines, are making you a priority now. So they've got to change their ways. And they didn't want to accept that that was the case. And you're not accepting no bribes. So they will help you defend that cause. When then people come towards you, they'll give you that discernment. Because of through your experiences and the absences of others, that is enabling you to be able to move forward on an independent level, because there was inadequacy of a father figure, and this was letting them, or even yourself, have spiritual abandonment at times, or a lack of guidance, to not have that rightful source, to be vulnerable out there in them streets. And then you got to call on the Most High God and the guides and to protect you and care for you, to be able to lead you out of those struggles, to be able to identify certain things within yourself. Have you taken authority, or authority is needed to be able to even set above you for your own self-worth, to provide you with that sense of the source of love and guidance and protection for all of those, especially those who feel fatherless or lost their father, and know there was never there for you to be able to help them grow, or for you to help you grow with them, finding comfort and strength in the presence of the spiritual, natural world, or even to feel widowed. Or you could have been left out there feeling depressed and cut off, abandoned from other people, and those people cut off and oppressed and abandoned you. And that was a need for you to be able to go to get that divine care. So these divine feminines, divine masculines are getting in that divine care. They're feeling stripped bare. They don't know what to do. They're in their emotions, feeling hurt, sorrow, pain. I knew they was feeling emotions because I was feeling upset. I just felt so sad, and I felt like I wanted to cry. And I woke up and I was all right, so I know it wasn't my feelings. But I just felt emotional. I had to phone my friend, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm feeling the feelings from other people. And it's coming towards me, and it's making me feel so emotional. And these people are really feeling emotional and not really speaking. But they need to be able to cultivate positively. And it's forcing them on their journey to be able to move through the divine guidance. And they're getting these messages to be able to, it's needed to be able to form their spiritual growth. And it's positive outlook and a good attitude to be able to come to them. It's helping them influence them for their well-being, as well as their spiritual growth, to gain that understanding for a deeper meaning and a purpose. These divine feminines, divine masculines are identifying this, and they want to come to you, and they want to extend compassion and justice, and they want to be able to come from out of that land to be able to come to your land. And they need, and you may be mirroring that person. They need you because they may feel you, you may feel them. So they may be coming towards you, they may be needing food and shelter and protection, they may be needing you to ensure them, not to exploit them, not to dismantle them, Not to tell them about themselves and say, oh, what the fuck you coming for now? Because we know this, they know this. But they need you. And they don't know how to come, but they're coming and they're feeling neglected. They're feeling they need to come, but they know they've got to come rightful. With rightful love, respect, and showing you compassion and that understanding. They've got to be practical within it as also. So they're trying to come and show you love and show you these words and come and speak it to you. And they're going to come and make an oath in the form of a promise to you. And they're going to want to show you how great you are and awesome you are. And the things that gave them open, you was a massive part of their open eternal guidance and protection that they need in now, and the enlightenment that they've got, and they're gaining positive thoughts to be able to come your way. They even want to protect you. They want to be able to protect you through these difficult times that you'll be facing, so you can come together and be stronger and better and wiser. And so that you can both gain that divine knowledge and wisdom from the eye of aliens and getting that understanding and gaining comfort. Because they're gaining that comfort, the understanding, just like what you did. They're following these signs from the universe to be able to enable them. They're enabling these 5 elements. The air to be able to move forward, to come to you with passion. Water full of emotions. The earth to be grounded, and the spirit within them from the ancestors guiding them towards you. They needing you, they're wanting you. They're enabling. And they just get to listen to the ancestors. So there's a part 2, so I'll be coming back with James. But before that, it's already 30 minutes, so I don't want it to be too long. So I'm going to get my cards. So what's in my bag stays out my bag. What's in my bag comes out my bag. It's my bag. So my bag might align with this. So this might enable us to understand what this person's feeling, how you're getting through these motions, who projected it to you. You might need to take a break from others. So you could be taking a break from others. This divine masculine on 31 is taking a break from others to be able to gain their understanding, get into perspective, speak to the spiritual guides, keep moving forwards. Eyes are smeared from seeing. Hearts don't understand. Can't recall it to his heart. No memory. So they've got to recall this to the heart, because if you don't recall it to the heart, you're not going to have no memory of other people's. So they need to take a break to be able to see things from a different perspective. The things that they didn't understand, they maybe get recording it to be able to hear it and understand it. I got you wrapped, I see it. Love whipped. So you've got them wrapped. The karmic thought they had them whipped. You've got them whipped. They might have you whipped, and you see it because of the way they're distant and they're taking a break from you. Bad habits, late nights, online shopping, trap, kiss me teeth. So they could have bad habits, late night shopping, they're in traps, because it's all about those things. They're things what I'm doing at bad times as well. Behind the defensive response is your own insecurity. So behind their defensive responses is their own insecurities. So they're identifying their insecurities at this time. They've got to go in that potter's house, because they need to take a break to refine. Get out of your head. 5 of Pentacles, despair, you all God. So you need to get out of your head. That person may need to get out of their head due to the fact they're in despair. They'll be all God. 3, 3, 3. They need to go through that death. They've got to find balance and harmony and understanding. I'm missing you always. I have to stop holding myself. So they're missing you. They have to start holding yourself. That's why they're in them emotions. That's why you may be feeling emotional. You're feeling these thoughts and feelings. Just shifting cycles, going where it rolls me to. So now they're shifting those cycles. And they're trying to get led from the spirit to where they need to get led to. You shifted the cycles. You've got led by the spirit where you needed to get led to. Left you a Jezebel. Left you for a Jezebel. So they left you for a Jezebel. Now they're shifting these cycles because that's where they need to go. Poor in my soul, they didn't want to see their God side. They didn't know their value. So they didn't want to see their good sides. They didn't know their values. So now their ancestors have took them and told them you didn't know. You was chosen for this game. I've sent you on a mission. You failed. You best get back out there on that battlefield. I have past lives with you. I feel like I know you. So this, like I said, or Kashkit Records, you signed a contract with this person. They've got past lives with you. Their ancestors are not happy. They've said, go back to that table. Listen to them commandments, what I told you. Rewrite that story. Go back. Do better. Go back correct, because that person's done that. Their ancestors have got them. Powerful than ones in the darkest. You are overwhelming to the darkness. So you are just overwhelming to their darkness. So they've got to Get out of that darkness to come to your light. Because you are the white light. You are the way. No trust. Not helping me open up. Can't trust you. So they didn't have no trust. It wasn't helping them open up. So they didn't know who to trust. Now they have got to go into the find, restore, go to the ancestors. The truth you've been looking for soon come. So the truth they've been looking for is going to come to them. You are their sanctuary, peace and hope of joy. You are their sanctuary, peace, hope and joy.